We want to turn now to politics and President Trump condemning the, quote, horrible and cowardly terror attack in Egypt. The president spending his holiday weekend in West Palm Beach, which is where we find our Lana Zak. Lana, good morning to you. And I want to ask you, Trump called the president of Egypt, Abdel El-Sisi, after the massacre. Can you tell us what was discussed?
Good morning, Paula and Dan. Great to be with you as well. You know, the president offered his condolences following that horrific attack, and he promised that the United States would stand together with Egypt in the face of terrorism.
Meanwhile, the president now appears to be in a Twitter war with Time magazine. What's going on there, Lana?
The president said that he was basically offered Time's Person of the Year, saying that he would have to consent to a photo shoot and an interview. That he was, though, probably going to get it. But the president tweeted out, "I said probably is no good and took a pass. Thanks anyway." Time magazine is firing back that that's not how it happens. They wrote, "The president is incorrect about how we choose Person of the Year. Time magazine does not comment on our selection until publication, which isn't until December 6th. And you'll remember, Dan and Paula, that just a little bit ago, the president sort of got called out for having a fake Time magazine cover hanging up on display in many of his clubs, including right here at Mar-a-Lago. But after that was pointed out to be a fake, it's disappeared, and I can tell you there's no sign of it here anymore.
I can only imagine. One last question before we let you go, Lana. Does the president seem distracted by the reporting that his former national security advisor, Mike Flynn, might be cooperating with prosecutors from the Russian investigation?
Well, the White House insists that they are not concerned about the change in Flynn's legal strategy, separating himself from the president. And almost as if to underscore that, the president hit the links yesterday with pro golfer Dustin Johnson and Tiger Woods. So seeming to indicate that they feel like they are still in the right and not at all concerned about the Mueller special counsel investigation. Dan, Paula.
Lana Zak reporting in from Florida this morning. Lana, thank you. Let's bring in ABC News political analyst Kristen Soltis Anderson, who's in Washington. Kristen, let's talk about this news about Michael Flynn. It came out a day or so ago that he is no longer, his legal team is no longer in communication with the Trump legal team over the Russia investigation. A lot of people are reading this as a sign that he may be cooperating with Bob Mueller. How worried should the president be about this, in your view?
Well, whether you're the president or you're Mike Flynn, I think the worry for both of these men is about their sons or son-in-laws. You have, on the one hand, you have Jared Kushner, you have Donald Trump Jr., who was involved in that meeting between folks affiliated with the Russian government and the Trump campaign that happened last summer. But Mike Flynn's own son is also sort of implicated in being caught up in some of this because of his ties to Russia, his involvement with the campaign. So in both cases, it may be that Mike Flynn is trying to work more with Bob Mueller, work more with the investigation as a way to protect his own son. The downside of this for Trump could be, is this leading to information that could implicate someone like Kushner or Donald Trump Jr. in a bigger piece of this investigation?
As is the case with the Russia investigation, to be continued. Congress returning from the Thanksgiving break with a lot on their plate, not turkey dinner, but a lot that has to get done fast. They have to pass the tax bill. They have to avoid a government shutdown. They're on the clock, Kristen. Will they be able to put aside their differences and get this done?
When it comes to the government shutdown, my expectation and my hope is that at a minimum, Congress will be able to kick the can down the road. That I think by December 8th, they have to come up with at least some kind of a short-term fix to government funding. The threat here is that Democrats in Congress have signaled they may want to hold this up in exchange for getting Republicans to push something about the Dreamers, DACA, making sure that those folks who were brought here as children have some kind of status that would prevent them from being deported. So the question is, do Republicans give on that, or do they come up with something that just focuses on solving the budget issue? On taxes, there's still a lot of things to be hammered out between the House and Senate bill. Do they include provisions that would repeal pieces of Obamacare? That stuff is still being discussed. I think they may have a little bit of a longer way to go on the tax bill.
Yeah, I expect a flurry of activity before the big holiday. Kristen, thank you from Washington this morning.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.